doing some theory, or not theory, but some flood coolant investigation. The RV pump, again running at about 2 volts. It's a 12 volt pump. Puts out a minimal flow. And yes, as you turn it up, this will probably blow off because I don't have it attached right now. It's more just for testing for that nozzle. But you get more flow as we go. And then it's gone. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So the problem is this pump doesn't like to prime. Doesn't like to prime when there's more head than the water level. So this needs to be mounted below the bottom of water in order for prime to occur. So that will be ground and then loop up into the machine, which will come from these 2 buckets. I got some bungs here, and these will each go underneath the drains that are inside the MR-1 down, so each side will equally feed the central point. And as long as there's not air in one of them, which there shouldn't be because they're connected at the same level, they should constantly even out depending on how much flow is coming from each direction into this, right into the pump feed on the ground, up into the MR-1, which now has the enclosure on. Doors have been installed. I did order the extra kit that goes on the inside of the doors because as these are arranged, they're very flush. And I don't know, from the forums, it seemed like some of the coolant can leak out of here without that extra flashing cover. Let's see if that's worth it. Yeah, this enclosure was quite difficult to put together, mainly because it seems that the pieces that make up the 4 corners were punched with the hole locations for where these mounting holes are before it's put on the press brake to bend each panel. So, and there's also some holes that are unused at the top of this thing, as if they were thinking of putting a roof on it and then opted not to. So that's cool. I might put a roof on it. But yeah, the gaps, some of the gaps in the panels, the way they were press braked, weren't totally closed up. So you do have to get in there with some silicone and seal up those corners. Some of the door brackets didn't exactly fit. Could have been, well, again, I think it has to do with how they were bent, how they were punched. Because some of these holes I had to manually drill out because no matter what I did, shimmying, shaking, pounding, they were not lining up, and the tolerance was so tight. They were punched at for a number 10 screw, and that's all you had to get that thing through there. Likely because they were trying to keep things sealed, but there's so much silicone underneath this joint. If it leaks, I need to buy a lotto ticket. But let's see, yeah, that's where that is. The wiring will all go through the back hole. There'll be a new grommet installed for the flood coolant system that comes in down to the spindle, which I'll use. Has some lock line to create my spindle system there, and then the drain still needs to be opened up. I've been putting this off because it's gonna suck ass. I just don't feel like dealing with it, but now is the time because this is the next step. Mr. Saunders' beautiful work here will be put on the left side of the machine, and the right side will be for other work with the tool setter up front. So yeah, that's where we're at. Magnet doors. Still got to get the sides on, but since I'm working from the sides here, having these open at the moment is a requirement. Eventually they'll be closed up. And oh, what else? I broke the touchscreen. Yeah, that's gonna get replaced, and instead of mounting on the wooden post here, it's going right on the side of the machine with this Harbor Freight monitor mount. Before it was broken, this fits perfectly in this corner, like a 45-degree angle, and this door can open up, and it's pretty sweet because when it opens up at that angle, the monitor will be right on that glass. So not only is it protected, and I might even be able to touch through it because it's a capacitance touch. It's extra protection from breaking the screen. So, that's it. Later.